All right, everyone, welcome back to this channel. And today I have a treat for this channel. So I promise you, this is not a Kaiba deck. I know it looks like it, but it's not. That just goes to show how powerful Kaiba cards really are, right? Like the first three cards are literally from Kaiba. But anyways, this is actually supposed to be a banned deck, and it's supposed to be from Edison format. There might be some cards that are beyond, right? Edison format, but basically this is a band deck that I made during that time. I think it was around 2010 or 2011 when I came back to Yugioh, especially after Dragon's Collide came back. You know, like the destruction deck showed up. So I started with 6 Samurais, and then I saw Dragon's Collide, and I played with the Chaos Dragons, and then after that I kind of like stopped again. But I had a good friend playing with me. I kind of remember those days. That was freaking fantastic. But yeah, so this is just gonna be a walk down memory lane. So here we go. So first up, as you can see, Chaos Emperor Dragon, Secret Rare, Invasion of Chaos, and original effect. No erratas. Don't give me that stuff. The next up, another card that was fantastic, of course, like from Goat even to Edison, Blackluster Soldier. It was banned for a long time, right? And then it finally, I don't know when it finally came off the ban list, but at least, you know, that's like the reason I came back, is because when I saw this card was out and my friend and I were like hyped to play Yu-Gi-Oh again, I was like, I'm playing just because this guy got out of the ban list. Yeah. Another amazing card is Dark Magician of Chaos. You know, you sacrifice, and in fact you can even use Monster Reborn, right? This is again no errata. This is the original effect, that when you summon it you can bring back a spell from your graveyard. So that's just, you discard a used Monster Reborn, you bring it back to the graveyard. That's just insane. Next up, another card that was just fantastic, and I've always wanted this on higher rarity and just like with the super rare that I have. And finally I have a Dark Armed Dragon Secret Rare. You know, and just to add the, for the formula of Chaos, Chaos Sorcerer, this card came out common when it first came out. I think it was so good even at the time. Even if it wasn't like Blackluster Soldier, who cares? The only cards that did that was Blackluster Soldier and Chaos Emperor Dragon. And to have a common version of it, like a cheap version of it, that you can use special summon and you just banish one card on the field and you just don't get to attack, that's still really freaking good. So 1 Chaos Sorcerer. And again, it was common, and now I finally have it on this rarity. And next up, for the fuel, right? For this Chaos deck, we have another card that I wanted, always secret rare, finally got it. So not just 1, but 3 copies of Thunder King Ryo. Remember how everybody would kill for this card before. Then we have another amazing card, and the mill engine of the deck, Lila Lightsworn Sorceress. It's an MST, right? And a monster, just amazing. Again, always wanted it, ultra rare, finally got it. So clearly this whole deck is gonna be shiny. That's why I keep saying that. Because I usually had like cheaper versions of this cards, but now I finally got it like this. Another card that was busted. I remember when I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, XYCs were still not out, and we saw, I think someone was selling a tour guide secret rare, like from the pack, right? A secret rare for like from $10 to $30, and we didn't buy it, right? Because we weren't using it. Little did we know that it was gonna skyrocket to like $100 because of XYC. So here we have, but finally, a lot cheaper, a secret rare version of Tour Guide from the Underworld. Amazing card. Next up, another classic card, Wish of the Black Forest, so we can bring Dark Armed Dragon to the hand. I cannot tell, anyone who's played Dark Armed Dragon knows like that card can win games. It's just so busted. It's kind of hard to summon, but when you get to summon it, it's just ridiculous. For this era, of course, like I'm pretty sure people don't run Dark Armed Dragon anymore. If they do, then I'm gonna be happy because I love that card. Another amazing card that I didn't know was a secret rare version with the original text is Sangan, so here it is. Cyberjar, another fantastic card, ultra rare version. Plague Spreader Zombie, so now we get to like my favorite tuners at that time were Plague Spreader Zombie, right? Dark Monster, you could bring it back from the graveyard. And we have the, oh my goodness, this thing. So the first time I dueled against a deck like this one, but when a lot of these cards were actually legal. I remember I had Solemn Judgment and 2 Solemn Warnings, and Oh no, my opponent had Sullen Judgment and 2 Sullen Warnings, and I was just trying to get around it. Because he would just keep summoning. He even summoned Shooting Star Dragon, right? So I was trying to like get rid of his back row, and like whoever would run out of ammo first, you know, loses. And yeah, and then he proceeded to use Spore. I didn't have Spore at the time, so Dandelion Spore. I have a 4 level tuner. Synchro Stone is just stupid, you know. So yeah, so Spore and Dandelion combo is here, and this is a secret rare version. I love this little deck. And then another favorite of mine. Clearly this is my deck, so of course there'll be a lot of favorites. Is Marshmallow. It wasn't banned by any means or anything, as far as I know. I think maybe it was limited once, who knows. But in Secret Rare, I love it. It's just such a stall card. It's a light monster, so it helps with the chaos engine. And then I think this is the last monster, right? Magician of Faith, another light monster, and once again, it just brings back a magic from the graveyard. Am I going crazy? Is that part of the card? Oh my goodness, I just noticed on the camera lens here. Alright, so Magician of Faith. Now next up for the magic cards, another busted card, I think it's still banned today, Graceful Shattering. Pot of Greed. Painful Choice. So this is like basically like the draw engine, and then another milling engine, Painful Choice. This is so good for modern decks. Then for the board wipes we have Raigeki, and back row for Hybrid Feather Dust. So yeah, this one's kind of busted, but who cares, right? It is a Hybrid Feather Dust. Monster Reborn, Premature Burial. Oh man, I gotta check my deck list now. Anyways, but yeah, Premature Burial. It's always good to have like 2 Monster Reborn type cards. Dimension Fusion, another devastating card. And since we have a ton of Chaos Monsters, you know you're gonna be using this a lot. And it's not even gonna help you with like the Synchros or XYZs. Oh, another stupid card, Delinquent Duo. This card is just so busted. It literally started the duel. Especially back then when it came out. Who thought this was a good idea? Right? Like, the game was super slow. You pay 1,000 life points and you remove 2 cards from your opponent's hand. It's like, that is such a major drawback. Yeah, next up, Change of Heart. Snatch Steel. And for the trap cards, we have Mirror Force, Parental Tribute, Ring of Destruction, and again, original text. Don't give me any of that lot of stuff. Yes, it's kind of busted. It's still a Ring of Destruction, super rare. So it's on the deck. Magic Cylinder. I love this card so much. As you can see, I have it in so many decks. Imperial Order, original text. So anyone who doesn't know, this stupid card, you would pay 700 life points every turn, but you chose if you were gonna pay them or not. So you can literally just use it for 1 turn against your opponent when he uses like Pot of Greed or something. So it basically turned into a free magic hammer. And if you want to keep it just to another your opponent, you only pay 700 life points. That is just for stopping magic cards. I think that's super cheap. So yeah, Imperial Order, and then Solemn Judgment, which wasn't used that much in Goat's format, but definitely was used a lot, you know, in Edison, when Special Summon became a thing, and you started finding out you kind of get away with paying a lot of life points, or the idea was that you're always going to have half your life points. So this card is actually even when it came out, it was very good, but not a lot of people played it back then. Then the legendary Crush card, Virus, of course. It's a freaking banned deck. Why wouldn't I have this card here? And then the final one being Call of the Haunted. Another, you know, Monster Reborn card, so of course we're gonna have it there. Alright, so now for the extra deck. So finally something different than just pure fusions, right? So we have Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. You're gonna see later on the side deck, we have a card for summoning these cards. Thousand Eyes Restrict, again, Metamorphosis is gonna be showing up. Then we have Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barriers, Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon. Sorry, I'm looking at it because until I had this deck, I never had it secret rare because I didn't buy the tin box. I wasn't playing at the time. Then we have Black Rose Dragon, Michael, the Archvice Form. So I always saw that I had enough. A lot of times I had enough to make a level 7 synchro. But Black Rose effect just bomb the field when it gets there, so I needed something else, so I went with this card. It's also a light monster, very good effect. Yugioh Guardian with the original effect of stealing monsters. You know, it's just phenomenal. The reason why the reason why it was banned in the first place before you got it. Then one of the most busted cards in Edison format, freaking barrier of the ice barriers. This card literally won games, like hands down. You could, as soon as this thing touched the field, you want to get rid of it because all your opponent has to do is just discard his whole hand, removes your whole freaking field, attacks directly, and depending on what he already had on the field, you know, it was just an easy win. Then Ally of Justice Catastor was always handy to have to destroy, you know, any monsters. Armor Yarn, never had a secret rare, there it is. Formula Synchron, same thing. Number 17 Leviathan, so this is what the era, right? I don't know if this card was part of Edison format, but whatever. So we also have number 17 Leviathan Dragon, number 30 Acid Golem, and one number 39 Utopia Ray. So there were a lot of cards. This is the band deck, but it's also Edison format that there's a lot of cards clearly I didn't put in here that I wanted to put, like one of the, like Zen Mains, Utopia C-Ray, but I found when Zen Mains came out, I thought it was like, oh man, this card's so good, right? But the more I played it, the more I realized this is actually kind of easy to get around with. It's good for stalling, but after that, it's kind of consuming your resources as well. So I'd rather just use the Leviathan Dragon just to like attack. So I mean, I still love the card, don't get me wrong, but I saw the more I played, the more it wasn't as useful as before. And see Utopia Ray, I usually didn't play it as much. Right? It was so hard to get to 1,000 life points, you know, and be able to pull that amazing, which is an amazing effect. But yeah, so that's why it shows those cards. And of course, I want to freaking do a Ultimate Dragon in it, so I had to make space. All right, now for the side deck, of course, don't give me any of that really bad effect. Yeah, you know, like the Egyptian God cards effects aren't that amazing as in the anime. So I just went with an original Obelisk Tormentor. Cannot be used to the dual card because even the whole blue background, you know, make it feel like the actual power of Obelisk Tormentor. Next up, we have Tribe Infecting Virus, another phenomenal card for Go format. This was just stupid when it came out. Little did I know, the monster is not these guys, and it's actually the orange thing in the background. It's the virus itself. And then my cousin also showed me, like, did you ever notice it was like a scared cat? I was like, I had never noticed until you mentioned. So here we go. Next up, Morphing Jar, excellent card, more draw power. Sinister Serpent, so we can always have a card in the hand. Was it banned at the time? I think it was. Yeah, and also this is the card that we use for, you know, just hold on to it until you get Metamorphosis and get 1,000 extra straight on the field. Yatagaratsu, oh my goodness. People who know this card, you know, this is when the game started getting stupid, especially the combination with this card and Chaos Emperor Dragon while using Sentiment, right? It was just ridiculous. Literally, you just win the game because like your opponent cannot draw. Lastly, Cyberstein, so you can easily summon just Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon if you want to risk it, you know, all in. Have this card in. Everybody who had a Game Boy deck, I'm pretty sure they had this card in the deck just to summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Next up, the Magic cards. So there's a ton of busted Magic cards, banned Magic cards. Because I had to keep it at 40, I didn't put all of them in, but here we go. Confiscation is another good card. Delinquent Duel is just the best one in my opinion, right? And I think a lot of people and everybody agrees with that. But this card, another thing about this card is you pay 1,000 life points, but you get to look at your opponent's hands and select one card. So you already know what your opponent has in your hand. So that's also the reason why, you know, you're paying 1,000 life points. Dark Hole, another board wipe, and then another board wipe, Heavy Storm, right? It's always good to have two. Is the last one? No. And the last card, like there was a trio of discarding cards. It was Delinquent Duo, Confiscation, and then lastly Forceful Sentry. I never owned this card. I finally have it. It's good to have it. Metamorphosis to summon, you know, 1,000 Ice, the restrict. And now for the trap cards. We have Royal Oppression, because I remember in Edison format this card was really good with all the special summoning going on, and you shows when it activated. The only thing was that your opponent can use it too, if I remember correctly, but you had to get it on the higher rarity. And then we have 2 copies of Solemn Warning, because it was when the game started like special summoning like crazy. All right, yeah. There was one more card I wanted to add to the deck, but didn't have space for it, which was Safe Zone. It's not a banned card, but when it came out, I was just like, man, let's just use it because your monster becomes invulnerable, right? Like, cannot kill it. Even though you can't attack directly, but you can use it on your opponent's monster. So every time someone summons a Lila to destroy my back row, I'm like, bam, Safe Zone. There you go, get the thing out of here. So yeah, it was just one of those cards that I played during this era, but I didn't get to it. I guess honorable, not a banned card, but honorable mention. All right, and that's it for my favorite, not the best banned deck by any means, of course, but this was like my banned deck back when I was in the university. And I freaking love it. I finally have it shiny with the amazing, this time I have to show it, the card sleeves, and of course, deck box, right? I just have to do it. This is just like, you know, just brings back so many memories. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, like, you know, this bond deck, you know, going down memory lane. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.